What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Stock Hustle channel with your boy William. Today is Sunday, October 3rd. So, I've been doing some digging through Twitter, trying to find some next potential plays. And I remembered seeing an alert from Unusual Whales on Friday, specifically for TMC, which, for those of you that don't know, the ticker is the metals company, right? So what is the metals company? Specifically, the metals company is a deep sea minerals exploration company that focuses on looking up or finding nickel sulfate, cobalt sulfate, copper, and magnesium, which is then utilized for the development of batteries in electric vehicles, as you guys do see here. So essentially, it's got a little bit of a couple different sectors, right? It's mining, it's materials, and it's a little bit of an EV play as well, right? So I started doing some digging and I actually found some pretty good information. Plus, I liked the way the chart setup was, so I figured I would show you guys about this play, show you guys the flow, and then again, if somebody wants to participate, then you have another opportunity to make some money on this play specifically, because the chart is looking pretty good. Specifically, obviously, if you look at it without these trend lines on the bottom and the top, it just looks like it's a stock that's falling. However, you do need to take into effect a couple different things. Number one, this position does have a huge short interest position on it. To be honest, it's unknown the amount of short that's on it, but we can clearly see from this setup on the chart, it is in a downtrend, right? Meaning it's being pushed down. Specifically, I believe if you went all the way back, it started off when it hit the market with a little bit of a run up and then flatlined, kind of stayed neutral for a really long time, and then recently has started to get a little bit more aggressive. So if we're looking at the chart, let's take a look at the setup. Look at the MACD. We are in a selling period. However, the volume is climbing with these teal bars at the bottom. You see that the volume has been climbing. If you're looking at the RSI, we are sitting essentially on oversold. However, trending up to the top side, heading towards neutral. Neutral being this 50 line that I have designated here in the middle. Looking at our average true range, you see here we're sitting at $1.33 swing potential, right? So it could swing up $1.33 or it could swing down $1.33, being that the stock is trading at essentially $5.20. But let's do some digging and let me show you what I saw, which made me feel I might actually play in this position, as the prices are relatively low. I mean, it's low risk to me with the potential to be high reward. So going into the alerts, as you guys do see from my videos, you go on alerts, option alerts, click on alerts. It'll take you to this page where all the most recent alerts from Unusual Whales, whether you want to see the free ones or the premium ones. I am a premium member. Shout out to them and thank you once again. I do have the premium membership, which I do always encourage anyone interested in looking to play options more likely to have a good tool that you trust, whether it's Unusual Whales or any other one that's out there, right? So going down here, you see here TMC 550 call for next Friday, October the 8th. You see the volume 1660 compared to open interest of 437. So let's go into it. As I've stated before, when you go in, you can always open a new tab so you don't lose your place, and it'll take you directly to the next page. So this is the landing page. When you click on the alert, as you see TMC, the call, the strike, where we stand on the alert, what's happened since, right? So again, this is October 1st at 12:14. The alert went out essentially at 11:40, and then end of day, right? But let's do a little digging. As you guys did see, the bid and the ask, essentially you could pick up this contract for anywhere from $35 to $40. Maybe if you put a bid in for $36, $37, you probably get accepted and can participate in this play. If you wanted to, if you felt $40 was too expensive, right? The delta we do see here is 41.41. So you're essentially making 41 cents or $41 for every dollar TMC would happen to go up in this next week if you did participate in this play. Essentially, you'd be losing 4 cents per day on this contract total. But at the delta of 41, that's pretty nice, to be honest. 41% profitability is okay. As I've stated in previous videos, I like to go 0.50 delta or more. So in a minute, I'll show you actually what play I'm considering buying into. First and foremost, let's take a look at the 10 big option trades recently. So you see these sold calls essentially for $5.50. So basically people are saying they'd be willing to sell their shares at $5.50 for the ones that do hold them. Then you see these calls, essentially people saying they would pay $5.50 if TMC hit $5.50 or more. So this, to me, essentially this breakdown here tells me people are confident that $5.50 is in the horizon. And you see the amounts, they're not minimal. I mean, they're not large amounts, but they're not insignificant money by any sense, right? It's not like 1-2 contracts. You're talking 60, 50, 30 contracts each hit. Again, down here you see another call sell at 550. So reaffirming that 550 is a confident mark that TMC will potentially hit, if not higher. Going down to the historic volume over open interest, you see the 2100 volume over 437 on October 1st. That's an extremely bullish sign. Take a look at the dark pool trades. You see 439,000, 341,000 in dark pool trades. Again, we go down into the breakdown. You see that it does have a technical analysis rating. 13 buys, 9 neutral, 4 sells on the 1 minute chart. I don't necessarily use this as confirmation, but it is always good to see, obviously, if you are going to participate in a play, that you do have some reaffirmation on the backside. Going into, I'll stop here, go into Lucid Tracking real quick. I did look up to see if TMC did have a short position, which they do show listed as ranked number 105. However, it does not have any information on Lucid Tracking as far as the short position size or totals, which is kind of suspicious because, again, from what I've read on Twitter and on Reddit, this company does have a huge short position established on it. Let's keep digging in unusual wells though. So if you go up to the top side, again, you double click on it, open a new link, it'll take you to the secondary landing page for TMC, the metals company. If you go down here where it says TMC flow, click on it, it takes you to the historical flow for TMC, right? So let's take a look at a couple things here. This line here with the circles and the green line essentially is call volume. As you see, it is spiking back here on the end. The put is essentially neutral and the open interest is sky high. So if you go in here and hit the levels, it's going to show you the first levels of flow specifically for TMC. Let me adjust my view so you guys can see the bigger view. This is going to break it down by premium amounts, how much money people are spending specifically on option contracts by tier. So 1,000, 5,000, 15,000, 30, right? So in the 1,000, it looks very bullish, as you see both on expirations for all dates, specifically at just about every strike with exception to the 650 and the 7. Going down a little further, $5,000 premium being spent. You see that the October 15th is bullish, as well as the November 19th, and for the expiration, or the strike, excuse me, you see that the $5 is being targeted. A significant amount of money too, $25.8 million. Going down to the 15,000, once again, we have the October 15th bullish with the strike of $6 with 7.4 million for people spending $15,000 or more. Interestingly enough, the 30,000 doesn't have much, so it means big whales aren't necessarily interested in this. It is showing essentially 6.6 million for the October 15th versus 2.3 for the $6 strike as well. So the $6 strike is definitely being targeted in this, but I'll show you a different way to view this. If you click here where it says today's breakdown at the top, it'll take you here, right? So this is giving you a different breakdown of the strikes and expirations just with bars, right? It kind of gives you a better visual. But if you click on show charts, now it's going to give you the consensus of all money that was put into the TMC flow. Now, again, looking at this for the expirations, all expirations were bullish with the exception to October 22nd and October 29th, those being the closest to the puts. But as far as the November 19th and the October 15th, as well as the October 1st, those are definitely bullish expirations here coming up quickly. For the expiration, you see right away the $5 and the $6 are extremely bullish comparable to the puts, right? So that's another way just to look at unusual wells when you're wanting to get confirmation essentially of a play that you are wanting to participate in. Kind of gives you some good breakdowns if the pie charts essentially aren't enough for you, which again, these are all showing bullish signs behind this play. So again, we've established, number one, there is a huge short position. Number two, the flow does look very bullish, especially recent expirations and strikes coming up. The alert was for the 550, and then this is the last piece that kind of sealed the deal for me. If you go into Nasdaq and you go into TMC insider activity, let's take a look. Recent number of open buys in the last 3 months, you have 16. In 12 months, you have 16. Sells, only 3. Total insider trades, so this is people that are inside the company. You have a total of 19, right? Now, let's take a look down here. Who's buying what? So you have Baron Gerard, officer, buy 34,000 shares. Kakar Andre, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering your names. I don't mean to do that. You see director, a buy, 2.2 million shares. Hall Andrew, director, acquisition, not market trade. So this could have been via dark pool. 8,032 shares acquired. Again, you see all these perfectly buys in recent dates. The most two being September 30th, just essentially 3 or 4 days ago, right? These big buys. So what do the insiders know that we don't, right? That's the first question you should ask yourself. Why are insiders buying trades? Obviously, that's a super, super bullish sign, but take into consideration too of the chart that I did show you guys. This is a downward wedge essentially, which could break up to the top side. We are sitting at a line of support here at the $5.23. Again, there's not a lot of candles to get information from, but if we're going intraday, or if you want to look intraday, again, it's going to give you even more information. But for me, I like to trade off the 1 day or usually the 4 hour. The 4 hour does look really bullish as well, but the RSI being low with an ATR being high, plus the insider trading, plus the establishment of a short position is what has me super interested in participating in this play, which I was already looking at the expiration dates. We can go into the October 8th. The alert was for the 550, as you guys can see here, with a 0.47 delta, which is not bad. Earning $47 for every dollar that TMC goes up to me is really good. However, I am more interested here at this $5 strike, which again, if you remember from the flow in Unusual Wells, the 5 was being heavily targeted, or even the 450 at 0.72 delta. This will give you more earnings for any run up that TMC does go up. And again, it's not like you're breaking the bank. Risking to potentially lose $85 or $100 to potentially make a significant amount of change if TMC does break up, to me is a fair trade. Again, to me, that's relatively low risk, high reward opportunity. But again, I think you guys get the point. As always, guys, if you have questions or comments, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, or share the video, as always, to try to get the message out to as many people as possible, as that is always 100% appreciated. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.